I just left the gym. I got held up there by my sister. Finally returned my call after a couple of weeks, and so I'm running a little late. That's why it's dark. Even though it's daylight savings time. So apologize for that, but here we are. We're on a roll. When I got to the gym, I was talking to Reed, and he suggested I try to make some kind of video. So now I'm making the video kind of late, and I had a couple of roaches, and one of them was dead, and I saw the other one, and I'm just trying to figure out how they got in my truck. So that was one kind of surprise. Anyway, they're both dead, and hopefully they didn't have babies. But I went to the gym. I did an hour on the treadmill, and then listened to how that the Congress, the Republican part of the House, is trying to set some new rules for the new budget, where that it was sort of like the Clinton era. Clinton and Newt Gingrich, who were two different parties, but they worked together, and they put a work requirement in some of the giveaway programs. And so that's what hopefully they're going to put in there, because I've got to send some tax money next week, and I hope it doesn't go to people that don't want to work. So I thought of this example. If anybody needs to know, I don't know if anybody thought of this, and it's ants. If you ever look at ants, they're all working together for the same purpose, the same goal. So if you step on it or drive across it with your bicycle or your lawnmower, and you come back a little later, they've all gotten together and fixed the mound back up, and it's real pretty. It's like they all nobody. It's like they didn't fight over who's going to do what and this, that, and the other. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you something like that to chew on and think about. So I don't know what else to talk about. I'm in a construction zone, so you have to drive kind of slow, drive careful. You don't want to be DUI in a construction zone. Well, you don't want to be DUI anyway, number one. You know what that stands for, right? Driving under the influence. So, I think that I've been noticing these medians they're running a lot of PVC pipe. I wonder if there's going to be a beautification project. Now, I don't know how many of you people can like having pretty roads and stuff, like with trees and flowers and marigolds and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what that might be. Some people just throw trash out of their car onto the highway. So I know they don't care about what the highway looks like. I don't know, they don't care about flowers. I mean, if they do, it would be flowers and cans and candy wrappers and cigarette paper wrappers and all that crap. And I don't know, thank goodness, I just thought of something. You're supposed to be thankful. You're going to be a lot happier person if you're thankful about stuff, okay? So let's get that out of the way. And as far as people throwing stuff out of their windows, I have yet to see a dirty Pampers diaper out on the side of out in the road. So at least people aren't doing that, okay? So let's be thankful for that. And I talked with a man at the gym. Some people moved here, and the wife has a problem. She can't be around people because, germs. It's an immune thing. Oh, remember the Bubble Boy? The Bubble Boy. I hope you can still see me. It's dark. The Bubble Boy had an immune system problem, and he had to stay in a bubble. So whenever he came out of the bubble, he couldn't be exposed to germs and stuff because he hadn't built up an immunity to them. So let that be a lesson. My grandmother was a nurse, okay? And she beat into our brains about washing your hands, okay? But let's don't go overboard and be to the where we don't get at least a few germs to get used to, and the good stuff in our body learns how to fight the bad stuff. So it's just like football practice or soccer practice or whatever. You have to it's like going to the gym, sort of. You got to have the good guys, gals inside of you be doing some fitness training, so to speak. I don't know, CrossFit Theorem, I don't know, whatever you want to, whatever you do. Whatever you do to keep yourself fit, okay? All right, so it's getting dark. There's people cutting across the road in front of me and making U-turns and that sort of thing. So in a minute, I'm going to have to turn this thing off. But I want to try. Oh, I learned something. The American Automobile Safety Association. Ha, that's a funny thing. One day, way back, I was working in an office, and I didn't have any real. I was a young guy, okay, college age, whatever. And they put. Oh, when I went to get a resume, I put with that last job. I just put office, and there wasn't much a line there, so it just says office ASS period, but it means office assistant, okay? So, I already forgot what I was going to talk about. So, point being, the new recommendation, they think, American Automobile Association, because of airbags. You remember the old 10 and 2 thing? Put your hands on the steering wheel at 10 and 2. Of course, that's for old people that know about clocks, the old clocks, analog. I don't know if kids nowadays even know what a clock looks like, but 10 and 2. Well, now they're changing it to 9 and 3 or 8 and 4. I mean, crap, if they keep going, you'll be at 6 and 6. But at any rate, point being, I think they want you to leave room for the airbag to explode and come into purpose with you, come into contact with you to save your life. And I was in a wreck as a teenager. We hit a palm tree, but I was in the back seat, and so anyway, let's don't talk about that. That's a bad subject, okay? Just drive careful if you're a driver. No DUIs, and whatever you can do to make yourself get home safely, and no texting, and looking at pictures of your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your significant other, whatever that is. And so I'm glad to be talking with you, and I'm glad we got to spend this time together. I hope it's appropriate. I'm going to send this on to the powers that be. I mean, you've got to keep an open mind. That's one thing. And as my dad used to say, take care of yourself, nobody else will. Okay? So over and out. Of all times, I have to get a red light, and I haven't been able to have one to turn the dang camera off. So can you just put up with me for a few more minutes, and we'll be there, and everything will be everything will be fine. You can go back to your texting, Facebook, or Instagram, not mammogram, and Twitters, and all that other stuff that you like to do all the time. So, there is time for you just to be peaceful. You can turn everything off and just look at the sky. Or, speaking of, I knew somebody one time that moved to New York City. Oh, it's getting dark now, buddy. Anyway, I said, how do you like it up there? And she says, well, I wish I could just look up and see the sky, okay? So that's something for you people to think about, if you can see the sky. I'm approaching I see a yellow light, and I might be able to stop here and be able to turn the machine off, okay? And I hope we all have a nice, pleasant evening, and early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Or there's another one, the early bird gets a worm. And, I know there's a lot of woke, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean woke, but environmentally protective people that, I think it was the Apple Man or somebody like that said we should start eating worms or bugs or something. So, all right, let's, sorry, the light turned green, I apologize, but, let's take a deep breath, think about, the ants all working together, regardless of what party you're in, or regardless of what gender you're in, or what, country, state. We all live on the earth. It's magnetic, by the way. The earth is magnetic. I saw a little camera thing about some of those things that those rides that break at the different amusement parks, like where you fall a long distance and it stops before you smash your head into your butt. There's magnets that do that. It's not brakes like on your vehicle where you mash your foot onto the brake pedal. So I just want you to think about the earth being a magnet. And if you don't know what a magnet is, get your mom or dad, or I don't know, maybe your person at school might want to do it one day, or for show and tell. We can do magnets for show and tell. They have poles. It's just like the North Pole and South Pole. They have North Pole and South Pole, and the same poles repel from each other on magnets. The opposites attract. And so you might see, like in boyfriend, girlfriend, all those other different kinds of friends, people, they're opposite maybe. They get, sometimes two people that are exactly alike, they may not get along, they're too much alike. And I'm not saying that I know that's true. I just make an example of a magnet. Of course, they're not people and they don't have brains and, that sort of thing. However, there is a truth that opposites do attract. So hopefully it wouldn't be let's hope it's not like a hard-working person and a lazy person. I hope that's not a good example. But at any rate, I'm getting ready. Oh, you can't even see me now, for crying out loud. All right, we might as well turn the dang thing off, okay? And I'm going to send it to the powers that be, make sure that they're okay with everything, and then we'll go from there, okay? All right, have a blessed evening. Make a full stop at stop signs in case there's a cop sitting behind a billboard or something over there. And you don't do a rolling stop. Whatever you do, do not do a rolling stop, okay? I'm back on. All right, see y'all. Good night.